Namaskaraha. Welcome back to the orientation series about horoscope. As promised, we will now look at the basic concepts of a horoscope, that is Bhava and Rashi. We will also see its relationship with Grahas.
As we have learnt in the episodes 1 and 2, the circle consisting 27 nakshatras and 12 rashis is called Bhachakra in Sanskritam. Bhachakra means a multitude of stars and nakshatras. In English, it is known as the zodiac belt or the circle of light. This zodiac belt is around our solar system. Since we have 12 rashis in a circle of 360 degrees, each rashi is assigned 30 degrees of space as its region. This zodiac, which is in the celestial sphere, is represented in the horoscope. 12 rashis are represented in these 12 squares. Within each rashi, there are 3 nakshatras. A few nakshatras overlap as well. The first Rashi is Mesha or Aries in the zodiac. This is the first Rashi in the horoscope as well. Similarly, second Rashi is Vrishabha or Taurus. Third Rashi is Mithuna or Gemini. Fourth Rashi is Karkataka or Cancer. Fifth Rashi is Simha or Leo. Sixth Rashi is Kanya or Virgo. Seventh Rashi is Tula or Libra. Eighth Rashi is Vrishchika or Scorpio. Ninth Rashi is Dhanur or Sagittarius. 10th Rashi is Makara or Capricorn. 11th Rashi is Kumbha or Aquarius. And the 12th Rashi is Meena or Pisces. In the previous episode, that is 18, we understood that with date and time of birth, we can arrive at the exact graha positions. By exact graha position, it means that we get to know in which Rashi and Nakshatra is the graha posited. Once we identify that in zodiac, it is very easy to locate it in the physical horoscope. For instance, at the time of birth, if Surya is situated in Kritika Nakshatra and Mesha Rashi in celestial zodiac, then this is how we place the graha in the horoscope. Please understand, Rashi and Nakshatra positions do not change, but only because the grahas are revolving, these are located accordingly in the zodiac. If you are not aware of the relationship between Rashi and Nakshatras, then I would urge you to please take a look at episode 7 as well to understand in detail. The next important concept is Lagna or ascendant, or in other words, the commencing point for every horoscope. This starting point is entirely dependent on time and place of birth, which is nothing but the local mean time of the birth. We have understood this concept in the previous episode as well. So, when a baby is born, with a date, time, and place of birth, we identify graha positions and locate these in the horoscope. With local mean time, we identify the lagna, which provides us the starting point for that horoscope. Lagna is nothing but the Rashi that becomes the starting point in the horoscope. Technically speaking, Lagna is the degree of the Rashi and Nakshatra which is intersecting the eastern horizon at the time of one's birth. For instance, let's take Priyanka Chopra's details. She was born on 18th July 1982, 30 minutes past midnight in Jamshedpur. Here we see that Lagna's degree is in Bharani Nakshatra. This nakshatra is in Mesha Rashi. Hence, Mesha becomes the Janma Lagna for Priyanka Chopra. This means that Mesha is the first bhava or the first house in this horoscope. The 12 divisions of the zodiac taking a particular lagna as the point of reference are known as bhavas in Jyotish Shastram. Remember, in the celestial zodiac or bhachakra, lagna is always Mesha, but depending on the individual's time of birth, the lagna of the individual could be different from bhachakra. That's the reason the horoscope is your identity because it is customized completely as per your date, time, and place of birth. We understood Janma Lagna. Then, what is Janma Rashi and Janma Nakshatra? Janma Nakshatra is based on the moon's position in Bhachakra. Let's take Priyanka Chopra's horoscope again. We see that moon is posited in Rohini Nakshatra. Hence, Janma Nakshatra is Rohini for Priyanka. Rohini is located in Vrishabha Rashi and hence Janma Rashi is Vrishabha for Priyanka. Why do we need to know Janma Lagna, Janma Rashi, and Janma Nakshatra? Well, stay tuned for future episodes to know the significance. Let's first get the basics right and then jump to the analysis. If you're thinking, what is sun sign and how is it different from moon sign or Janma Rashi, then take a look at episode 7 where I have explained this. The next concept we need to understand is that every Rashi is governed by a Graha. We consider 7 Grahas here, excluding Rahu and Ketu as these are Chaya Grahas. But we have 12 Rashis, right? So we don't have an equal distribution of ownership. Except for Surya and Chandra, the rest of the Grahas own 2 Rashis, whereas Surya and Chandra own a Rashi each. Mangala is the lord for Mesha and Vrishchika. Shukra is the lord for Vrishabha and Tula. Buddha for Mithuna and Kanya. Chandra is the lord of Karkataka. Surya is the lord of Simha. Guru is the lord of Dhanur and Meena. And finally, Shani is the lord for Makara and Kumbha. This is the chart we saw in this video. This is mostly used in southern part of India. As it looks like a square, it is also called as square chart. The zodiac is represented here in clockwise direction. Whereas in this chart, used in coastal districts of Andhra and a few parts of northern India, the zodiac is represented anti-clockwise direction in the square chart. Hence, this chart is also called as the anti-clockwise chart. This is the most common type of horoscope used in northern part of India. Here, Rashis are represented in anti-clockwise direction. For instance, this is Mesha, Vrishabha, Mithuna, Karkataka, Simha, Kanya, Tula, and so on till Meena. This type of chart is commonly used in Bengal and neighboring areas. In a way, it is a combination of horoscopes used in southern and northern parts of India. The Western horoscopes are circular in nature. To summarize, we saw the basic structure of the horoscope, how to place grahas, what is lagna, janma rashi, and janma nakshatra, which graha owns which rashi. We also saw the types of horoscopes used in different regions.
Hope this gives a good base to horoscope analysis. Also, if you want me to talk about any specific topic with respect to horoscope, please let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.